boys and girls, Achilles here with another build. We're gonna talk about a meta-driven build today, Impale DH. We're gonna talk about its mechanics, tips and tricks, nicks and crannies. We're gonna go through the whole thing. Since the introduction of the set, there's been a couple of changes to this set and also the build. But mostly, it's been just buffs, flat buffs. The 2-piece was buffed from 1500 to 6k. I believe the 6-piece was buffed as well from 50,000 weapon damage to 75,000. The weapon didn't even have that 375 multiplier. It was just all goodness overall, and after the change to holy point shot, this build was finally viable. I'll explain how the build works and we're gonna demonstrate it in the GR. Essentially, your impel damage is buffed by 6,000 of the 2-piece, and then to the very first enemy by an additional 75,000. That 6-piece additional 75,000 weapon damage is essentially a multiplier. So that's just the first enemy. How we're gonna benefit from that? That's where the holy point shot comes in. Basically, when you shoot an impel, you shoot 2 additional 1, yet it still counts as the very first shot you did. So the 6-piece buffing all 3 of these. And with the Achilles point, every time you hit an enemy that you already hit with Impale, you get 15 hatred back. Well, with the, if you take a look at the Impale runes, with anything beside lightning and cold, which is over penetration and ricochet, the other runes just hit a single basically hit the very first enemy they hit, and that's about it. So in the density, when the enemy is moving around, it's essentially impossible to get the hatred back from Kali's point, from your weapon. Where ricochet basically ricochet to additional knives to enemies around your main target, where cold, over penetration, allows your knives to pierce through enemies, so you will gonna hit multiple enemies which you already hit. That's what we want. That's the only way we can gain our hatred back, therefore spam Impale. So when you're doing solo, just you have to go either cold or lightning. That's the reason behind it. What we're gonna approach to this build is going over the top with the area damage. We're hitting so goddamn hard that we want to basically kill everything around our main target. So I'm just utilizing everywhere, utilizing area damage everywhere. Unfortunately, I don't have a good convention with area damage, so I'm just using a weapon damage. I'm not gonna get attack speed on any of my pieces beside my weapon, because we're gonna be using pain enhancer. Why weapon? Because weapon attack speed is a multiplier to your character's attack speed, basically to your sheet attack speed. So that's the only reason. We're gonna be using Gogok of Swiftness and Bane of the Trapped and Pain Enhancer. We have strong arm braces, where with the rune on our vault, rattling roll, it allows us to basically use the strong arms. Whenever we vault through enemies, we're knocking them away. So we have to basically do this over and over, well, every 6 seconds to gain benefit of strong arms braces. There are other tricks to this set. Basically, shadow power we gain with the 4-piece. We gain the effect of every rune on shadow power, and it lasts forever. So there's no need to choose any rune. You can choose no rune. This is just for each rune has a different color of wings on your character, so it doesn't matter which rune you use. I just want to go through one of these runes and explain to you why we can use this. Shadow power increases your life per hit by an amount, and then gains 25% of your life per kill as life per hit. There's a rune on it that doubles it. Blood Moon. You get this rune, you don't need to choose it. I'm just explaining that you get double the total amount of life per hit gain, which essentially makes that life per hit gain from life per kill by 25%. Okay. Now take a look at our life per hit. It is 20k. I'm using shadow power. It becomes 77,000. Right. Let me just reset this. There's a trick we can use with this shadow power, and that is using life per kill, basically potion. Actually, it doesn't matter. A shadow power can be active. That does not matter. I just didn't want to take less damage. We're just trying to take some damage here. There you go. We use our potion and then shadow power. So I press my shadow power after I use my potion. So I'm talking about when we go into the rift. When we use our potion, we use our shadow power again. Just press it, although it is active. What does that makes us? I think I actually missed it. I gotta wait. Great video, Achilles. There you go. You can't miss the window the moment you take the potion. There you go, potion shadow power. So I potion, then I press my shadow power. As you can see, my life per hit is now 102,000. When I press my potion of basically life per kill, it increases my life per kill for 5 seconds, and then when I press shadow power, it essentially snapshots it. Because shadow power lasts forever, not only 5 seconds, it still counts as I have 50k more life per kill. There you go. Another, what, 25k life per hit. 102,000 life per hit is a pretty huge amount. Let us try this in a rift, shall we? I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the Dark Heart. Vengeance gives you 50% more damage reduction. The Rune and also the Vengeance gives you 40% multiplier damage increase. We're going to be using Fan of Nice Bladed Armor for just 40% additional armor. With our stacks of Gogok, we should be keeping these two up 100%. And then Companion, Wolf Companion, for just a 15% bonus to your damage. If you think you're dying too much, which you shouldn't be dying at all, to be honest. You should be using this Boar Companion for 20% all res. But that's not what I'm gonna use, because Boar is for pussies. Let's do a 116. I believe we should be able to do that. Well, I hope. Is everything okay? Yes, it is. I have to go into the density The reason for that is obvious. It's my pain enhancer. So walking into the density is a lot better than going into Aki, unless the Aki is pretty close like that one. I'm so bad at keeping up my vengeance buff. Okay, we are so lucky with these rifts. It's important to constantly shoot Impale, not just because you wanna aggro enemies, keep your pain enhancer buff up, also because of your belt. The belt you're wearing allows you to vault for free without paying the discipline cost, as long as you've shot an Impale within the last 3 seconds, I believe. You want to press your Wolf Companion at least 4 seconds before your lightning cycle, so it lasts through the entire lightning cycle. And also, it's going to be ready for your next lightning cycle, which is now, and we have nothing to kill. I love Impale. Oh. I was gonna showcase the rattling roll and strong arms, but that blue just died. Yeah, I believe this tier is a little bit low for my paragoning gear, but we're gonna soon be leaving this sewer, or at least that's what we hope. Huh. This is a very tanky build, by the way, I forgot to mention that. What do we get is 30% damage reduction just from Shadow Power, which is essentially a passive, because it's gonna last forever thanks to our 4-piece. We do get 50% damage reduction from Vengeance, where we're using the Dark. Oh, the Dark Heart rune. This is a dangerous pack. And also, we are using the Vault Ring. I can't remember the name of it. I'll show you after this. The Vault Ring allows us to benefit from Vault. Every time we Vault, we get 60% damage reduction for 8 seconds, I believe. I can't remember. I think it's Elusive Ring or something Shadow. But yeah, so we get a 60% damage reduction from the, let's say, Elusive Ring. We get a 50% damage reduction from Dark Heart of Root of the Vengeance, and we get 35% damage reduction from Shadow Power. So essentially it's a very tanky build, which is a necessity, because as you can see, I have to be pretty much melee mode in order to kill a specific target. The reason for that being the Impale. And the nature of Impale is you only do damage to the first enemy hit. And that is why we're utilizing area damage, so we can kill other stuff that are not first. With your positioning, you gotta remember that in order to get attack speed from Pain Enhancer, you gotta be fairly close. Pain Enhancer only gives you 3% attack speed per enemy that is bleeded within 25 yards, which is not a big distance. It's essentially double the size of Blessing of the Sanctuary, or double the size of this Achilles. So you gotta be fairly close and personal. Oh, look at that Achilles. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Scandal. How you doing, buddy? The single target damage of Impale is ridiculous. You don't even need a Bane of the Stricken. Look at this. This is a build, and its strength, as you can see, it's pretty strong. I'm gonna go through the items and runes so we can see what we're dealing with here. As I told you, the build is fairly simple. 6 pieces of basically the Shadow Impale, the Shadow's Mantle, and Carly's Point, Holy Point Shot. We're using the Endless Walk set with a convention of elements and strong arm braces. Chain of Shadows for pretty much free vault. Dawn to make the Vengeance 100% uptime. Aquila, which is going to be 100% uptime because we don't use Hatred thanks to Carly's Point. And it is Elusive Ring. An Elusive Ring that gives us 60% damage reduction after Vault. This is essentially the build. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below and like and subscribe. Thank you.